Hi, today is the 17th of February 2018, and I have a new roommate that just went to the hospital to get checked out for a bloody nose. He fell in his room and got a bloody nose, and had to be taken away in an ambulance. And this leads up to my topic for today, why I am scared of ambulances. And if you have somebody else that's scared of ambulances, what you can do to help if you're a group home provider or a parent. So the reason I am scared of ambulances, first of all, I've seen a lot of people, in the hospital, like put in the hospital, die. I've had a lot of people. I've had that happen to a lot of people. And a lot of people die, even if they weren't in the hospital. But a lot of people die anyway. So when I think ambulance, it makes me think, oh, somebody's seriously ill and they're gonna die. That's what it makes me think when you call an ambulance. And I can't help that. That's just because of my history. With my experiences with ambulances and hospitals and people in the hospital and things like that. And I do not like to go to places like the ER. I do not like being in, like, the hospital. That's the last place I want to be, is the hospital. Unless I'm visiting somebody, like, in the institution, like the mental hospital or something, but other than that, I would not want to be a patient. Let's put it that way. Or if I'm seeing somebody that's just delivered a baby or something like that. Other than that, I'm not very comfortable with hospitals. And I'm afraid of stretchers. Afraid of. I am afraid of, like, paramedics, medical professionals, and things like that. I'm not afraid of my family doctor because I've known him since I've been born, and I trust him and things like that. But I'm more afraid of shots than anything. And I'm afraid of invasive tests and stuff like that. So I'm also afraid of surgery, and things like that. And like gurneys and that kind of stuff. Cause yeah, I've had dental surgeries and things like that, and eye surgery and things like that. And I've seen people go in ambulances before, and it scares the crap out of me. And the noise really terrifies me. Like, I'm scared of the noise. I'm also afraid of police officers, but that's for another. I'm not really afraid of firefighters though, but mostly ambulances and police officers I'm afraid of. And police. I'm afraid of being taken off in a police car. And I am also afraid of the police. I'm also afraid of being arrested. I'm afraid of being taken to jail or to the hospital. I am afraid of, like, tasers, guns, things like pepper spray, things like that. Police sirens, things like that. Because they're so loud. Sorry. But so here's my tips on how to handle this. The first one is for if you're a group home provider. Make sure that the staff, if you have a client that's afraid of ambulances, make sure that there's a staff that they're comfortable with that is able to stay with them, and do not send them away in the ambulance with the other client. Now, I know that's not always possible, but if you can, leave the staff that your other client that's afraid of the ambulance, that is not going in an ambulance, is comfortable with. Leave the staff that they're comfortable with, and have the other staff that's working with the other client go with the other client. So, now, see, my house did not. Now, see, one of the staff in my house did not do that, and that caused that caused me to get really stressed out today. So that's how you could better handle it. If you're a group home provider. Now, if you're a parent, whichever parent your son or daughter's comfortable with, if your son or daughter has a disability and the person without a disability is going in an ambulance, or if both your kids have, or if either of your kids have disabilities, any of your kids have disabilities, if all your kids have disabilities, if you have one that's going away in an ambulance, if you have another one that's afraid of an ambulance, the parent that the one that's not going in the ambulance is most comfortable with, leave the parent present with that child, or bring somebody, a sitter or somebody in that your son or daughter that is not going in the ambulance is comfortable with, to stay with them. Like somebody that they really like, somebody that they get along well with. Leave them with your son or daughter. That's again just like what you do with the group home provider and the staff. So that's basically how you could handle that. So that's kind of like my tips to you for that. Now, for the police, how I would handle the police is if there's cops coming. Oh, this would also work for the ambulance. Make sure your son or daughter is not present when they show up. Like, make sure they're in a different room. In a turn a TV on for them. Like, if you guys have cable, like Nickelodeon, or like if your son or daughter likes Nickelodeon or SpongeBob, or not SpongeBob, Disney Channel, or movies, or whatever they like to watch on TV. If you guys have a TV, make sure that you put that on TV for them. And if that's not on TV at the time, make sure you put a movie on for them. Anything you can, something on the tablet, anything you can to make them comfortable. And try to talk them through it. If they're crying, they're stressed out, they're upset, just talk them through it. Try to make them feel better. Do anything you can to make them feel comfortable. That's bring your favorite toy with them. If you have somebody that's going in the ambulance, also this is for somebody that's going in, bring their favorite toy with them. Something that makes them feel comfortable, that they're familiar with, or their favorite whatever they have that's their favorite, that they're comfortable with. Make sure they call the family right away if you're a group home provider. Like in this case, they were getting ready to do that. Anything you can to make them feel comfortable. And if they've been there for a while and they have staff they know and they like, basically send that staff with them, make them feel comfortable. And what if they both like the same staff, you ask? Well, then that's kind of tough because there's really nothing you can do in that situation other than, just send whoever's available. Um, um, whoever's available to deal with it. I mean, that's so there's basic that's basically what you have to do. So anyway, yeah, that's my tips for how to handle police and ambulances and why I'm afraid of and it's my explanation why I'm afraid of police and ambulances. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.